Walking Dead returns for a 5th season tonight in America, just one day before I get to see it, and I couldn't be more excited for it, so I've decided to make a video about 25 cool facts about The Walking Dead leading into Season 5. In the Season 4 finale, when Rick took a chomp out of Jill's neck, he was actually eating raw chicken. Scott Gimple said the prison set took $1.5 million to make. It's a good thing they blew it up. In 2012, AMC.com spoiled Shane's death by posting leaked pictures of Shane as a zombie 3 weeks before his death scene was ever aired. Herschel told Rick in Season 4 that some people are too far gone. This was foreshadowing for the mid-season finale when Rick said the same thing to the governor, and well, you know how that ended. While the governor was with Martinez, he came across a dead body decapitated with a sign across the chest saying "liar." This is the last thing he said before he decapitated Herschel. Speaking of which, Scott Wilson actually took the Herschel zombie head home and keeps it in his cupboard. Because Chandler Riggs is so young, his toy actually can't have a gun with it, so he gave his gun with the big silencer on the Tyrese figure.
There it is. With the Tyrese, I actually don't have a Carl figure, but I have his gun. It's kind of weird.
Tyler James from Everybody Hates Chris was spotted on set for The Walking Dead Season 5. And Season 4 still only featured Beth and Daryl from the main cast, hence the first episodes only have 2 characters from the main story. Greg Nicotero, Frank Darabont and Charlie Adlard all made cameos as zombies in The Walking Dead. Greg Nicotero actually appeared twice. Scott Gimple recently said in an interview that there'll be some new characters in Season 5 from the comic book and a bunch that won't be from the comic book, and a lot of them will be quite important characters too. In the scene when Glenn and Tara are in the tunnel in the collapse part, there's a Day of the Dead Easter egg with Bud, the smart zombie. The use of a George Romero zombie was actually quite strange because he was quoted saying he doesn't like The Walking Dead and that he thinks it's the soap opera of zombies. In the video game The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, Daryl's dad gets bitten, and as you're about to put him down you can't do it, so your uncle takes the gun off you and then he puts him down saying "sorry brother." This is why when Rick struggles to shoot Dale, Daryl takes the gun off him and says "sorry brother." John Berthel had other ideas on how he wanted Shane to die. He wanted Rick to actually throw his gun away so that when he stabs Shane, Shane would reanimate and he would be forced to pick up Shane's gun, to which he would raise it to Shane, pull the trigger, and find out that Shane had never loaded the gun. The only reason he took him out there was so Rick could take that next step and become more like Shane, to which Carl would then shoot zombie Shane. Frank Darabont was the showrunner for The Walking Dead until about 5 or 6 episodes into Season 2, and he quit because he didn't like the way that the show was progressing. Frank Darabont was a good name to have on the show as well, working on such as Shawshank Redemption. Following Frank Darabont out the door was Jeffrey DeMunn, who plays Dale. Jeffrey DeMunn had been in all of Darabont's previous movies, and he was disappointed that he'd left, so he'd asked the writers of the show to kill his character off. And after filming the whole thing, he changed his mind and wanted to be still on the show, but they said they didn't have time to refilm and rewrite everything, so Dale had to be killed off. Daryl isn't in the comics, and he was almost not in the show. It was Norman Reedus initially was auditioning for Merle, but Frank Darabont liked him so much he created the character Daryl just for Norman. Andrea wasn't always scripted to die in Season 3. Originally, Sasha and Tyrese were going to come into the interrogation room and find the reanimated Milton where Tyrese would kill him with his hammer, ergo saving Andrea. It was a bit weird when Andrea died that early because, spoiler alert, she's still alive in the comics and it's one of the coolest. Whilst filming the scene in the second ever episode while Merle was shooting the rifle off the roof, a lot of people thought that Michael Rooker was an actual sniper and called the police, and that the actual SWAT team turned up. Thankfully, Michael Rooker was not arrested. Robert Kirkman said that Gareth is going to be a mixture of a couple of different characters from the comic book. A lot of people have been speculating that Glenn is going to die in the premiere because there's something that shows up in the trailer. I guess we'll find out tonight/tomorrow. At Comic-Con this year, Galen Hurd said that we're going to be seeing a lot of new set pieces and a lot of new locations in Season 5 of The Walking Dead. I imagine it's, the trail to Washington, that's my prediction. In After, the part where Carl says to Rick about the clove hitch, saying that Shane taught me, that part wasn't actually scripted. That was a ad-lib between Chandler Riggs and Andrew Lincoln because they were trying to think of the worst thing that Carl could say to Rick in that situation. There are actually quite a few British actors on The Walking Dead, including Rick, Andrew Lincoln, the Governor, David Morrissey, Maggie, Laurie Cohen, and even Morgan and Lenny James. They're all English actors. And to finish it off, speed round bonus facts. Heisenberg's meth started the zombie apocalypse in The Walking Dead. Glenn's new weapon for Season 5 was leaked. So I hope some part of that was relatively interesting. I might actually do this for the comic books as well if I can be bothered, and there's a million more facts that I could do for the show. But anyway, like I said, couldn't be more excited for the premiere tonight, tomorrow, whatever. And subscribe if you want more Walking Dead stuff. I'm sure me and the other lads will be doing a lot of Walking Dead things. What was that? And finally, Daryl's comic book version was revealed.